Hey everyone, welcome to my permaculture journey. Today's a pretty exciting one because I'm finally taking the first real steps to converting this space behind me into my dream garden, a permaculture food forest. I've been dreaming about growing my food in a way that works with nature and not against it. But since this is my first proper garden, it's been kind of overwhelming knowing how to set that up. So I called on some expert help. Alfred Decker, permaculture designer and educator, is joining me today to look at the space. We're talking raised beds, greenhouse placement, and where to put the compost, basically the bare bones of the whole design. As you can see, we have this ugly concrete slab here in the middle, which is going to be a challenge, but let's see what he has to say. This is my garden.
Yeah, show me your garden.
This is where we've started building the raised beds. Just in terms of the best use of the space. I don't know if this is necessarily the right kind of distribution.
Yeah, well, both of these beds will get pretty much full sun, although this bed will get some shade in the springtime and the autumn because it's closer to this pine tree on the south side. One way to design where you put your beds is to think about the orientation to the sun. And then you can choose to plant certain things in the beds that want more sun or less sun. But I would suggest having at least 50 centimeters of width in the pathways, and that'll allow for two people to work side by side.
Is that about 50 centimeters?
I'd say it's more. So
it's
this
more.
this
Okay.
is you've got a nice amount of space. And so here we are, right here is a big water tank that collects the rainwater from the roof. My idea for this wall, which is southeast facing, but we'll get sun for most of the day, is maybe to have a greenhouse in this corner. And then towards this end, grow kiwis against the wall, because the bricks and the cement are thermal mass. And when the sun is out, that wall will be absorbing the heat and then releasing it when the sun is not out. So in those critical moments early in the springtime when you want warmth, this is a place you'll get the most warmth down here. And kiwis here, with the abundance of water, are just going to grow fantastically.
Great, I love kiwis. I certainly like the idea of having the greenhouse there. Oh my god, is that a frog?
Yeah, you've got a frog here.
You've got a frog. Oh my god.
Aw, so sweet. Wait, I think I see it.
See it?
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, here it is.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's tiny.
Little sweetheart.
So I have the compost over here.
Yeah.
But do you think that's the best spot for it?
Okay, so even though this is the south side of the garden, it's shaded by the vegetation on the other side of the fence. So that's good in the summertime, because you want your compost to be not too hot nor too cold. So keeping it in the relative shade in the summertime in this hot, dry climate is fine, is good. And you can actually give it some water. The ideal is that the material inside the compost, it's not too wet, it's not too dry. It's kind of like if you were to wet a sponge and then squeeze it once. After that the sponge will be moist. So, and you want the same kind of level of humidity in there. So you can check it throughout the summer. If you're adding more food scraps throughout the summer, that's going to be adding a lot of moisture, and that's good. But you also do want to balance it out with some carbon sources, like straw or newspaper or cardboard or dried grass, so that it keeps that balance and it doesn't get too wet and soppy.
Okay.
But then in the winter time, I would move this compost bin to perhaps somewhere over here, because it does get cold here, especially at night in the winter time, and a lot of the days as well. And so you want the microbiological life inside the compost to be warm in the winter time.
Okay, great. Well, thanks so much for your help.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, now that we've got the layout sorted, I've got a lot of work to crack on with, mainly moving the raised beds to make space for the greenhouse. I have to say that having Alfred here was a super big help. Just being able to talk to someone who knows their stuff makes it feel a lot more doable. So yeah, I've got a lot of work up ahead. Next, I'm going to show you how I built my raised beds from start to finish, so make sure to check that out.